hello, hi people, how y'all doing today? As for me, I'm doing good, okay? I'm great. I am blessed and highly favored. Today is going to be part 3 of my Speak Like a Bahamian series. If you don't know what it is, this is when I go over Bahamian dialect, Bahamian Creole. I share like Bahamian slang, sayings, all that good stuff. Like I said, this is part 3. So if you have not seen the first 2 parts, I will link them in the description box below. Without further ado, let's get into this video. The first word is Pockin. So Pockin, that's when you throwing rocks at people. That's what it is. You throwing rocks at people. And in primary school, or in America, y'all call it elementary school. In primary or elementary school, when you play Pockin, it's a game. It's very much a game. You pick up a rock or you could pick up a ball, you throw it at people, and there you have it. It's Pockin. It's fun, right? The minute you reach high school, it is no longer fun. It is no longer a game. When you reach high school, Pockin is a form of fighting. And in the case of my high school was in the vicinity of like 2 or 3 other schools. And once 3 o'clock hit and kids from those other schools started to walk home, you know, they would get into Pockin fights with my school. One thing leads to another, and the next thing you know, you got to be ducking for cover because people will cheer Pockin. I remember them days. I remember them days. If you have never got poked in your face with a rock before, go outside and try it. I promise you, it's so fun. It's top tier. It's up there. It's up there. Go outside and get poked with a rock. The next word is backpack. In conjunction with backpack, sometimes we might say reverse back. Bahamians tend to be very redundant when it comes to this word or these words. I don't know why, but instead of saying just reverse or go back, we'll say back to use it in a sentence. Back oh this parking space. Back oh this parking lot. And it just means back out of this parking space, reverse out of this parking lot. We just redundant for no reason, to be honest. The next word is big up. Big up simply means pregnant/pregnancy. For instance, you could say Egbert big up his gal Tanya. Egbert got his girlfriend Tanya pregnant. Egbert's girlfriend Tanya is pregnant. She big up. Baser. It's spelled B-A-S-E-R, but you know, in the Bahamas, the letter R, it don't really exist. It exists, but it don't exist. So it's not baser, it's baser, but we spell it with an R at the end. Confusing. I know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. But whatever. Baser could mean you're homeless, right? You could be a homeless person. Another way you could use the word baser, another definition, can be a leech. A person who does not have a job because they don't want a job. They're not looking for a job. They're not looking to do anything with their life. They just want to leech off of their family, leech off of their friends. There's a baser. If you want to sit on the blocks all day long and do nothing but smoke and drink, you ain't trying to find no work. You're not trying to go out there and do something with yourself. Nothing productive. Use a baser. Now, let's be clear. I said it already, but I want to clarify. Just because somebody doesn't have a job, it does not mean that they're a baser. A baser is somebody who isn't looking for a job. They're not trying to go out there and work. They're just comfortable going nowhere in life. They're comfortable not working. They're comfortable leeching off of people. That is a baser. That is different from somebody who's just going through a rough patch. Let's just make that clear. There's a clear line between the two. The next word, Jounser. Jounser and baser could be used interchangeably. Jounser could also mean that you're a homeless person, or it could mean you're somebody who ain't going nowhere in life and you ain't trying to. To use it in a sentence, but use a Jounser. Use a whole Jounser. The next word is fast. And the word fast also has a few definitions. The first being, use a thief. Let me say it properly. You're a thief. You're hand too fast. Why are you touching that? He's a thief. You're touching things you ain't business touching, or you're trying to steal it. She's a thief. Your hand too fast. You could say it in a few ways. You could say your hand fast, you too fast, your fast hand. Use it in a sentence. Somebody tell you could touch that candy, that's yours, with your fast hand. Go sit down with your fast hand. Your hand too fast. You're fast. Okay, and on to the other definition. Fast can also mean a young girl, especially a underage girl who is very promiscuous. They they like a lot of men. And I'm not talking about you're just hitting puberty and finding out about boys. Oh my gosh, Jimmy is so cute. Not that kind of situation. Fast is like, you really out here promiscuous, you really out here doing something that you don't business doing as a little girl. You're very sexual, you're very, you know too much about men. You know, you're fast. You're fast. To channel my inner Grammy. You see that little girl there? She only 13, just starting to grow hair in places. And she didn't sleep with over 10 man. She fast. She fast. The next word, Bubby. This has multiple meanings too. The first definition for Bubby is your boobs, your tatas, your girlies, your watermelons. Or in some people's case, your mosquito bites. Some people are part of the itty bitty titty committee. That's okay. Another definition for Bubby is swollen lips or swollen eyes. If you ever hear a Bahamian say, they carry your bubby lip, but I can bubby your lip, wait. So somebody can threaten to bubby you, which means they threatening to hit you, slap you, kick you, beat you, do something to you that's gonna make your eyes or your lips to swell up. And that's what they mean when they say, but I can bubby your lip, boy. The next word is mussy. Mussy just means must. So, for example, I can say something along the lines of, the Cheesecake Factory giving out free cheesecake. I must need to go there for dinner tonight. The Cheesecake Factory is giving out free cheesecakes. I must need to go to the Cheesecake Factory for dinner tonight. Number house. So I kind of touched on this a little bit in one of the previous Speak Like a Bahamian videos when I talked about gambling and stuff. Let me tell y'all something. Bahamians love to gamble. Do you hear me? They love it. It's now a part of the Bahamian. I consider it a part of the Bahamian culture. There are these things that we call number houses or web shops. And it's basically where you go to gamble. So we don't go into the actual casinos. Like, for instance, we have a resort and it's named Atlantis. And you have a, you know, full-blown casino in there and stuff like that. We wouldn't go into Atlantis to gamble. We go into the web shops. And I kid you not, there is a web shop probably on every corner in the Bahamas. You can have 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 web shops. Because that's how popular gambling is in the Bahamas. It's an addiction at this point. It's part of the culture at this point. Are you really Bahamian if you have not at least considered gambling once before? Are you? I don't think you are. You ain't gambling. You ain't a Bahamian, boo. You ain't a Bahamian. But yeah, that's what a number house is. A number house or a web shop. It is a casino. And you go in, you put in whatever numbers you think are gonna fall. That's how we say it in the Bahamas. I think in America, y'all say, you know, the winning number. We say what number fall, what number come. So whatever is the winning number or whatever you think is going to be the winning number, you enter it, you pay whatever, put the money on your account. You can put 25 cents, 10 cents. You could even put a penny on a number. You could box it, play it straight. Just in case you don't know, boxing is when you buy the number, and if you box it, then that means any way that number comes, you can win something off of it. So if you box the number 316, it can come 613, 136. It can come in any order once those 3 numbers come. Yeah, and you can win like piece of the money. You could win like, instead of winning the full $50 if you played it straight, if you boxed it, you may get like $10 instead, but you got something. You don't even have to play numbers. You can spin, and if you spin, sorry, this is not a video about gambling. Let's move on. Getting a little too invested in that one. The next word is sour. This is simple. Sour means lime. If you've ever watched my Eat Like a Bahamian video, I talked about sauce. Sauce is a Bahamian dish. One of the key ingredients to making sauce is limes. So instead of saying, oh, I need lime to make sauce, you could say, go get me some sour from the shop so I can make this sauce. Go get some sour off the tree so I can make some sauce. Next word, trapsy. Trapsy is the equivalent of saying messy. And when I say messy, I'm not talking about you're untidy, you're not clean, you're not neat. When I say messy, I'm talking about Nene Leaks kind of messy. Like you're the troublemaker. You like drama. You like to stir the pot. You trapsy. You real trapsy. Yeah. The next word is cheapus. Cheapus means you might as well have. Let me think of an example. Okay. Okay, I got one. Cheapus, I did stay home. I might as well have stayed home. The next word, well, this is a phrase, getting off or to get off. That means to joke around or to be like, are you serious right now? Oh, I got one. Okay, so it's summertime. It's very hot outside. Let's say somebody is a construction worker and they've been working outside and it's been hot all day. They've been sweating all day. They come home and their wife is like, hey, let's go for a jog. The husband would respond, but you getting off it? Meaning, are you joking? You serious right now? But getting off could also just be just joking about anything. Bahamians love to get off. It could be something serious going on. It could be a crisis and Bahamians will joke about the crisis going on. That's just Bahamians. We get off all day, every day. We joke about everything. So cup or baggie is when you make Kool-Aid, you put it in one of those clear plastic cups or a sandwich bag, the little baggies that you can tie, not with the little zip thingy, but that you can like literally just tie. You freeze it, and once it's frozen, there you have it. You got baggie or cup. And a lot of people sell these, especially to little children. Back in my day, ooh, I sound very old. Very old. Oh my God. Annelia, how old are you? Back in my day, cup and baggie was only like 25-50 cents. I don't know how much cup and baggie is for the kiddies now. I hope they haven't gone up because I mean, it's cup and baggie. You expect something like that to stay the same price forever, but you just never know. The next word is slunkin. My mommy used to tell me all the time, boy, Annelia, you always slunking in this house. In America, a lot of people take like the yellow school bus. In the Bahamas, ain't no yellow school bus. If you taking a bus, it's gonna be the jitney. The jitney is for everybody. And if you're not taking a jitney, you either walk into school or your parents are driving you to school or somebody driving you to school. My mommy used to drive us to school every morning. Sometimes it was my daddy, but majority of the times it was my mommy because she works closer to our school. Every morning she has this thing where she's like, Annelia, you so slow. You always slunking. Let's go before I leave you. But yeah, slunking just means you're slow. The next word is belly biting. I say this all the time. My belly biting, but I hungry. That's what it means. Don't rise my vexation. I used to say this a lot. Vexation is an actual word. It's in the dictionary. So basically, don't rise my vexation just means don't annoy me. Don't piss me off. Leave me alone before I slap you. Don't make me gotta punch you in the throat. Don't rise my vexation. The next word. Me and you sleep together. When you hear a Bahamian say, did you and I sleep together? Or me and you sleep together. That is a Bahamian saying you don't have any manners. I kind of touched on this in one of my other Speak Like a Bahamian videos when I was giving you guys the definition of no manners and no brought up. See, just to refresh, when somebody calls you no manners, that means you have no manners. And if somebody says you have no brought up, see, it just means you have no home training. Let me just say this. Manners, especially, not even just in the Bahamas, but in the Caribbean as a whole, manners are so important. Manners are important. You cannot walk. I mean, you can, but people not gonna respect you after that. You walk into a room. There were other people in that room before you walked in, especially if it's an older person, because you really gotta respect your elders. But regardless if there's an older person in the room or not, you walk into a room, you open up your mouth and you say good morning, good afternoon, good night, hi, hello, how are you doing? It doesn't have to be a long conversation. You don't even have to say good morning, good night, good afternoon, even though it's preferred. You can just smile just to acknowledge the people that were in that room before you. It's just a respect kind of thing, and manners, like I said, is just super important in the Bahamian culture. It is so important. When I came to America, the part of the states that I'm in, they don't really, like, yeah, you'll have a handful of people that says hi, hello, good morning, or whatever. But a lot of people, and this was something that I really had to grow accustomed to, a lot of people will walk into a room and don't say anything. And when I first came to America, I thought it was the most disrespectful thing on the planet. Oh, I hated it. But I had to realize that that's just the culture of the area that I'm in. Where I come from is different, and I just had to realize, like, okay, this is not the Bahamas. You just gotta realize that that's just how it is, and they don't mean any harm by it. So yeah, If you go to the Bahamas, you don't speak, and you hear a Bahamian say, "By me," and you sleep together, they basically saying, "Where's your manners?" That was actually the last word. For a fact, I'm going to come out with another video, but I'm just gonna end this one right there for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.